How's it going, everyone? Welcome back into the channel. Week 10 is upon us after a Green Bay Packers win in Week 9 versus the Los Angeles Rams. Head to Pittsburgh this week in Week 10. The first injury report of the week just came out. So in this video, we're going to go over and break down the entire injury report for the Green Bay Packers and the Pittsburgh Steelers ahead of this Week 10 matchup. There's a fair amount of players that did not participate in practice today for the Green Bay Packers, as well as a few limited participants, so stay tuned. Also, guys, it is episode 2 of the NFC North Roundtable tonight, a new show I'm taking a part of every single Wednesday at 6:15 Eastern. So come out and support the Green Bay Packers. I'll put the link down in the description below. Episode 2 starts tonight at 6:15. Be in the chat. Let's support the Green Bay Packers after their nice win against the Rams. But first, I wanted to give a big shout out to today's video sponsor, Factor. This busy fall season, you can count on Factor for fast, tasty meals that fit your lifestyle. Factor supports wholesome eating made simple. Their menus are updated weekly and include over 27 meals and over 33 add-on options. Choose your favorite meals or let Factor craft your order based on your taste preferences and meal history. Factor even offers keto, calorie smart, chef choices, and vegan plus, which includes seafood, meat, and plant-based meals. Personally, I've been using Factor for a little bit over 2 months now, and it was a great investment. It cuts down on grocery store trips and cooking, so I've been using Factor a lot for all of my lunch meals, which just makes it very easy. Their fresh, never frozen meals are super easy to prepare and taste really good. And right now, Factor has a great promotion going on. Head to factor75.com or simply click the link down in the description and use code BASS50 to get 50% off your first Factor box. That's 50% off your entire first Factor box at factor75.com with code BASS50. Again, thank you to Factor for sponsoring today's video. All right, so without further ado, let's bring up the injury report. And at the top of the list, we see Jaire Alexander did not participate, but not because of his back injury that he had the last few weeks. It's actually because of a shoulder injury. We saw a report today that Jaire was held out of practice earlier, but we didn't know if it was his back flaring back up, which would have been the worst case scenario, but it is just a shoulder injury, but he still is a did not participate, so it's still definitely something to monitor. Jaire looked good that entire game against the Rams, and although the Pittsburgh Steelers offense isn't good at all, the Packers are definitely going to need Jaire, because without Jaire, you have someone like Corey Ballantyne or Robert Rochelle lining up opposite Carrington Valentine. And luckily, Carrington Valentine had a wonderful game against the Rams as well, probably his best game of his NFL career, and now he will be the primary opposite starter from Jaire Alexander. So this will be something to monitor for Jaire heading into this week. I believe he will play in this game and will probably be limited Thursday and Friday. Next on this list is Kenny Clark, who we saw leave that Rams game early on, I think after like 15 or so snaps with a shoulder injury, didn't come back into that game. Really nice to see limited participation here and not a did not participate. So it seems like Kenny Clark is on track to be able to be available for this game. Rudy Ford with his calf injury, who was held out of the Rams game. This calf injury that he popped up on the injury report last Wednesday, I believe, missed the Rams game. Now he's limited today in practice. He is also aiming towards a return against the Steelers. Both John Owens and Anthony Johnson Jr. I thought had a good game against the Rams, especially Anthony Johnson Jr. with that nice interception on the tip drill he had from Jaire Alexander. Next on this list is Elton Jenkins with his knee injury. He is again limited. Like I said last week, he'll probably remain on this injury report limited with his knee pretty much the entirety of the rest of the season. Then we see Aaron Jones on this list, still with a hamstring injury designation and is limited today, but more importantly, he has shed the red no contact practice jersey. So just like last week, the Packers went a padded practice today instead of Thursday, whereas last week, Aaron Jones had a non-contact jersey on the entire week of practice. Today, he did not. So that's a really good sign after the heavy workload, the 20 carries he got against the Rams, that nothing is lingering around anymore, it seems like. And Aaron Jones looks like he's finally at 100%, and the Packers should do the same thing they did against the Rams with Aaron Jones. Give that man the football. Then we see Josh Nijman, who left the Rams game with a back injury. He was a did not participate today as well. I thought he had a really good showing before he got hurt, and then even when Rasheed Walker came in, he had a good game as well. But the Rams defensive line outside of Aaron Donald isn't anything crazy, and definitely not on the same page as the Pittsburgh Steelers front seven, so they're going to need their their best 5 offensive linemen available for this game for sure. Nyman also mentioned today that his injury was nothing, but also mentioned he was day to day, and as we see here, didn't practice today. But it doesn't seem like he's too concerned about it affecting him not being able to play in this game. Then we see Jon Runyan added to the injury report with a neck injury, did not participate. I'm guessing this was the injury that kind of briefly took him out of the game, where we saw Sean Rhyan come in and have a really good 7 snaps, in my opinion. Just made a video yesterday going over Sean Ryan's first 7 snaps. If you want to go watch that, click the link right above. But Jon Runyan did not participate today in practice. Not that I want players to be hurt. Hopefully Jon Runyan is all good, but I do want Sean Rhyan to start at right guard moving forward. Then we see Quay Walker, who missed the Rams game with his groin injury that popped up last Friday in practice. He was again did not participate, so not looking too hot for his return against the Steelers. But Isaiah McDuffie has really stepped up. He made a couple tackles for losses against the Rams, and McDuffie has really filled in at that second inside linebacker spot for whoever is out of the game. Obviously, Devondre Campbell was out earlier in the year, and it looks like now Quay Walker might be out at least until, the week after this, if he doesn't practice at all this week. But Isaiah McDuffie has definitely stepped up, and he's looked real good. Then we see Christian Watson on this report. We saw him leave the game late last game after that nice contested catch he had up the right sideline, was evaluated for a concussion. It is said that he does not have a concussion, but he was also evaluated for a chest and back injury, and that's what he's listed as here on the injury report, a back injury, but he was a full participation. And Matt LaFleur said he's a full go, so there's no worry about that injury with Christian Watson. They just have to put him on the report because it was an injury he suffered, but he's ready to go, and he's still 100%. Then to quickly go over the Steelers injury report at the bottom here, we see Montravius Adams, name I haven't heard in a long time, ex-Packer there, ankle injury, did not participate today. Minkah Fitzpatrick, hamstring, did not participate. It's looking like Minkah will be out of this game, so that'll definitely help the Green Bay Packers. The Steelers defense is one of the best in the league. It's a fast, aggressive defense, so not having Minkah out there will definitely hurt them. And we also see Cam Hayward here, one of their top defensive linemen with a groin injury, but he was limited today. And Landon Roberts, a linebacker, last guy on this list with his knee injury, is also limited. So that does it for the initial injury report of Week 10 Packers versus Steelers. There'll be another injury report tomorrow, and then the most important one on Friday with all the injury designations. So be on the lookout for both of those videos, and also my live game preview happening Friday as well. And if you guys are a new viewer to this channel and want more Packers news, analysis, and updates every single day, such as injury reports just like this one, team updates, game live streams, you'll find it all here, everything Green Bay Packers, right on this channel. So if that does interest you, go down and click subscribe. But that about does it for this video. I appreciate you guys coming by. If you did like it, please leave a like down below, but I'll catch you on the next one. And as always, go Packers.